So today, we're going to look at something pretty amazing, how a really powerful educational idea made its way from the United States all the way to Vietnam. And it's all because of one visionary educator. This is the story of WebQuest.
So how does something like this even happen? Let's dive right in. We're going to follow the journey of this idea, get to know the person who really brought it to life in a totally new context, and see the incredible legacy that's still growing today. It's a fantastic story about innovation, passion, and how one person can kickstart a revolution in learning.
Okay, first things first, let's make sure we're all on the same page. What is a WebQuest? What is this thing that sparked such a big change in Vietnamese education?
Well, at its heart, a WebQuest is all about guided discovery. It was created way back in 1995 by Bernie Dodge and Tom March, and their goal was to completely change up learning. See, instead of students just looking up facts online, a WebQuest gets them to use the internet to solve really complex problems, to think critically, and to work together. It's a huge shift from just sitting and listening to actually getting your hands dirty and creating something.
And what's so genius about it is the structure. This is not just a free-for-all, go look it up on the internet kind of thing. No way. These 6 parts, the introduction, task, process, resources, evaluation, and conclusion, they create this really clear roadmap. It guides students from the very beginning, understanding their mission, all the way through to the end, where they have a final product and a way to evaluate what they've learned. So, you've got this idea, born at San Diego State University. How on earth does it travel halfway across the world and find a new home in universities in Vietnam? Well, that journey is a really cool story in itself.
Okay, so fast forward about 15 years from its creation. We're in the early 2010s, and Vietnamese higher education is really looking for new, innovative ways to teach. WebQuest shows up at the absolute perfect moment. It was this amazing tool that could help shift students from being just passive listeners in a lecture hall to being active, engaged learners who could actually use the power of the internet for their own education.
But you know, an idea is just an idea. It takes a real person, a champion, to make it fly. And in Vietnam, that champion was Dr. Bui Le Diem. Her work was, and I mean this, absolutely crucial to its success.
So who was she? Well, Dr. Diem was a lecturer at Can Tho University. And because of her special background in information technology and education, she was in the perfect position to see the huge potential of WebQuest for training the country's next generation of teachers.
And I mean, just look at this. This is where you really see her incredible impact. She didn't just talk about the theory. She built the entire ecosystem for WebQuest to actually work and grow. She wove it into her courses, she researched how well it worked, she published articles about it, and maybe most importantly, she created this massive library of resources so other people could use it too.
And here's where the story gets even more interesting. Her work wasn't the end of the line. Not even close. It actually became the launchpad for the next evolution of this powerful learning model.
Right. So all that foundational work she did, it paved the way for what we now call WebQuest 3.0. A new model developed by the Viet Dung Tieng Viet project basically took what she built and started layering on all these powerful modern tools. We're talking artificial intelligence, free open educational resources, and new ways of thinking, like mind maps.
And one of the coolest new things inside WebQuest 3.0 is this idea, the Mindfolio learning cycle. So while the original model was really focused on making a final thing, this new cycle creates this modern, continuous loop. It's not just about creating knowledge anymore. Now it's also about reflecting on it, sharing it with others, and constantly making it better through collaboration.
All right, let's zoom out for a second. What's the big takeaway from this incredible story of innovation in education?
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The hard work of one dedicated person really did lay the essential groundwork for the next generation of innovators. Dr. Diem's vision wasn't just about bringing over an idea that already existed. It was about inspiring its future.
You know, the journey of WebQuest in Vietnam is just this powerful reminder that a great idea, when it's in the hands of a truly dedicated pioneer, can change everything. And as all these new technologies like AI keep reshaping our world, it leaves us with a really big question. What is the next evolution of learning going to look like?